They are nothing but asynchronous data transfer mechanism between parallel loops. So normally we use locals, globals, and queues and notifiers to transfer asynchronous data. So instead of this, we can use channel wires. The only advantage to channel wires is to these other data transfer mechanism is that it is you can visually see how your data is flowing as well as your code is compact. So what are the components of channel? To create a channel, you need a channel writer endpoint, a channel reader endpoint, and a channel wire which connects your channel writer endpoint to your reader endpoint. The feature of channel wires was introduced in LabVIEW 2016. Okay, so based on your requirement, I mean there are different channel templates available. So the picture here shows the available channel templates in LabVIEW. Out of these channel templates, the most widely used are tag, stream, messenger. I'll be covering tag and streaming in my next slide. Like I'll be giving a demo. There are other specialized channel templates as well, like event messenger, high speed stream, and so on. So let's go to the demo. So I have already created a VI. So here you can see that the first two loops is like what we normally do. We to pass the data asynchronously, we use a local variable. So the first loop is like generating random numbers, and the same is passed using local to the next loop. So I'll just run this code, and you can see that you're getting the values updated. Now we'll try to create a channel wire and see how we can achieve the same functionality. So the bottom two loops, I'll be implementing the channel code. So just right click on the multiply function and go to create and say create channel writer. So since this is going to be a tag type channel, because we just want to transfer one value, so I'll select tag and write endpoint. Now we just need to pass the channel wire from the first loop to the second loop, and right click on the second loop channel wire and select create channel reader, and again we are going to select tag read, and then we pass out the value from the read vi to element 2. Now run this code and you can see that the element 2 values will start getting updated. Okay, so this is how you can achieve tag communication. Tag means you are just passing one value and that is going to be the last value. Okay, so this is more like local variables and notifiers. So now I'll show you how to do a queue like communication. So for that you need to use stream communication channel. So here again I have shown like how if you want to transfer data between two loops using a queue, you will be just creating that queue, and you will be enqueuing the element and you'll be dequeuing the element in the other loop. So I'll just run this code so you can see like the queue is this functionality is working like with the queue of transferring data. Now I'll show you like how you can implement the same thing using a channel. Sorry. Okay. So here the same thing, like I'm generating random numbers. So I'll create a channel. So create a channel writer. Now I'll be selecting stream. Okay, because I want a queue type communication. I don't want any data loss. So I'll say okay. So I'll get a channel write VI, and then I'll pass similarly as I had done earlier. So I'll pass the wire, and I'll just right click here. I'll say create and channel reader. So again it's going to be type stream and read, and we'll pass out this value to the element 2. Now here as you must have seen that I just have one stop button here. So the advantage of like using channels is like you can also transfer your data, like the stop event, the stop value of from one loop to the second loop using the last element input of the channel writer. So when I do this and I can read it here in the read vi, and I can stop the second loop. So this is another advantage of using channels. So I'll run this code and you can very well see that the value is updating, and I click on stop. So here the advantage is like you can see that uh, in the between the two sections of the code, you can see that the upper one where we have used queue, there are so many nodes on the block diagram, whereas when we're using channel wires, there are just two, like very few nodes, like just two nodes. So this is the advantage of using channel wires. There are other advantages as well, like so my next slide shows like what are the advantages. So you, since the demo showed that you did not create, I mean, we did not need to create any reference to pass the data. So so you don't have to worry about closing the reference at the end of the application. So that is one advantage. Another, as I said, you have fewer nodes on the block diagram, and since you actually are like, it's like when you connect the channel wires between the reader and the writer and the reader endpoint, so you can actually visualize how your data is flowing from one section of the code to the other section of the code. So it improves readability. And the last thing which I showed, that you can pass the stop value from one loop to another loop, that helps to like avoid application related error when you it comes to if you are using reference and variables to pass these values. So that's it. And the resources that I've used to create the presentation is like NI website and LabVIEW Advantage channel, which Ram is owning. Yeah, and thank you.